Now, cleanup operations continue in oThongathi, north of Durban, after a tornado tore through the area on Monday. Many residents have opted to safeguard their homes that were destroyed as looting has been reported. Newzroom Afrika's Nobuhle Modise joins us live from oThongathi. Nobuhle, thank you so much for your time this morning. I mean, tragic things going on there. Now the looting as well. Tell us a bit more about that.
Indeed, good morning, Masa. So overnight, even on Monday, after that horrible storm that we saw and that tornado, there was some looting that was taking place as residents were confused in a panic mode. There were some people who were opportunistic in that vulnerable moment and decided to go into those homes and start looting. We saw yesterday that some residents, those who did have the means, because you'd remember oThongathi is spread into a number of areas. There's the Sandfields area, there's the Jan Ross area, where we are at the moment, and then there's Magwaveni, which is the informal settlement side of oThongathi. And in the suburbia, we saw a lot of looting where, people who had their fridges and their microwaves and things that were still intact even after that horrible tornado, those things were being taken, by people who were opportunistic because they saw that people were vulnerable in that moment. People were trying to save their lives. Some were rushed to hospital. There was a lot of panic mode, and in those moments, there were people who took the opportunity to, partake in criminal activity. We saw those who do have the means to be able to move some of their furniture, moving it out. Some of the homes here are empty, while some, are being safeguarded. And this is one of the reasons why the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs Department in the province is unable to really give a number on exactly how many people are displaced, because people aren't going to the halls that are being allocated because, unfortunately, they have to safeguard their belongings. And interestingly, on the street where we are on, there's only one home that managed, to not be damaged. Outside of all the houses that have been damaged here in the Jan Ross area, there was one home in the street where, it didn't get damaged at all. In fact, that house is directly next to a cell phone tower that collapsed. I'm going to move out of shot so my colleague Lungelo Zungu can just show you what I'm talking about. This is the cell phone tower that collapsed, and it collapsed to our right, and the house I'm referring to is on the left. It's intact, the roof is still intact, but every other house on this road and on the road behind and the road across has been destroyed or pulverized, by that tornado that hit on Monday. But that house seemingly, made it out intact. There's not even one tile roof that's missing. And this is the reason why the cell phone tower that you see here, this is one of the reasons why we had connectivity issues yesterday. The power is still out in the area. Obviously, the cell phone tower has fallen, and today we're just seeing a lot of cleanup operations, mop-up operations. They're still looking for people. There was a person that was still missing that they are still looking for that hasn't been found. So people are still continuing trying to, make sense of the situation. Those who have taken their furniture elsewhere don't even know how they're going to rebuild their homes, as some of them don't even have insurance. When you speak of those in shacks, they're completely destitute. They are the ones that you would find in the halls, and they don't know where to go from here, Masa.
And Nobuhle, considering the fact that criminal elements have also entered the fray, how are the police treating the situation there as well? Are they on the ground too to help those residents who don't have the private security to be able to guard their homes, or even, as you're saying, their insurance to be able to replace their belongings?
There's an ADT car just driving past me right now, if you can see. We've seen a lot of security forces, private security, driving up and down, but we haven't really seen any police, Masa. Yesterday, when police were on the scene, they were helping, retrieve bodies of people. They were helping, to ensure that the rubble is moved from the road, the trees are moved on the side to the side of the road. So the police themselves were inundated. They also had a lot of work to do in order to assist, people who were desperate. So at this point, we haven't seen any police this morning, but we are seeing that private security is driving up and down just to make sure that those homes where there is nobody there, that they are safely guarded.
Nobuhle, thank you so much for that update and that report.